Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. Listen, if Uncle Steve Harvey and Uncle Ricky Smiley want to go hard for Kamala Harris, that is their business. If Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey want to go hard for Kamala Harris, they have a right to do that. They have a right to do that. What they don't have a right to do is shame other Africans into voting for her. They cannot do that.
I agree. Like I said, not the biggest Umar Johnson fan, especially when it pertains to matters of the non-existent FDMG Academy. But so far he's spot on.
That they were wrong for that. You can't shame people into not voting for someone who has no record of doing nothing for them.
Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is. I'm throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk. Because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people. Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it this for black people and expect to get in the White House.
That's not true at all. I mean, they do it for LGBT community. They get specific laws passed. But when it comes to black folks, we always got to get the runaround. We can't do it. We got to do some type of back door. Just wait and be patient. It's always a whole bunch of excuses.
You got to play the game different. Y'all know what this is.
Play the game. Same old song and dance they was telling us back. We just get Obama in. We give him time. He's going to do things for black folks. Never happened.
So now this next question is another lob for her to dunk. Because they done a lot, man. But we see, I'm on this radio show and I'm hearing all these people talking about, I'm not voting if they not doing nothing for us. Listen to me. If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you
Man, they got Steve up here cooning hard.
vote. If we don't vote, how we gonna ask for something next time?
What do you mean ask for something next time? Time and time, how long have black folks been voting for the Democratic Party and we have nothing to show for it but symbolism? But oh, first black this, first black that. But I mean, outside of, some song and dance, we ain't really got nothing to show for it, man. So, I mean, we really have nothing to lose at this point.
If you ain't got no voting power, you talking about reparations. Ain't nobody finna give you no reparations and you don't vote.
Now that's where they're wrong. That's where they're wrong. Steve Harvey's logic didn't make any sense. He said if we don't vote, we won't get nothing. Well, you've been voting and you ain't got nothing.
Cook.
It's time to hold the vote until we get something. It's time to hold the vote until we get something. Ricky Smiley, I love my brother, but he was pretty emotional. He's talking about Supreme Court Justice Ketanji swearing in Vice President Harris. They both belong to black Greek fraternities.
Again, man, we as black people, we have to get away from symbolism. We have to get away with voting for a person because they're black, they're man, they're a woman, or whatever the case may be. We have to look at the policies and see if these policies are going to be beneficial for us. Not just like Umar mentioned, voting for somebody because they're in this sorority or this fraternity. That stuff does not work. We have to stop being so emotional and look at things logically and look at and focus on policy and see what policies are going to benefit us the most and who's going to give us the most. And that's who should get our vote. That's how everybody else votes. For black folks, we vote strictly Not all of us, but purely on emotion.
They'll get sworn in on Dr. King's Earth Day. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. You have to give us tangibles, not symbols, Brother Ricky Smiley. Tangibles, not symbols. One is an AKA, one is a Delta. What that got to do with miseducation?
Absolutely nothing. Like I said, Umar is cooking. So far, I agree with everything he said. So far, he's spot on.
One is an AKA, one is a Delta. What that got to do with mass incarceration? One is an AKA, one is a Delta. What that got to do with gentrification and homelessness? That is nothing but empty symbolism. The member of one black sorority swearing in the member of another black sorority on the solar return of a brother ancestor, Dr. King, who belonged to a black male fraternity. That's all fine and well. But telling black people they should vote for the symbol, telling black people they should vote for the symbol is not going to serve us, Brother Ricky. We need substance, my brother.
Facts. Like I said, not a point that he said so far that I don't agree with. Like I said, we have to get away from symbolism. Symbolism has done absolutely nothing for us. And it's going to continue to do nothing for us. Like I said, the Democrats know they don't even have to really, they don't even try. They don't have to earn our vote, because they know that we're just going to vote simply because, hey, this person's black. Hey, this person, she's a woman, or is this she's in this fraternity. It's always some nonsense. Some emotional trigger they try to pull on us to get our vote without offering us anything tangible. We got to focus on tangibles, or else we just need to sit on our hands and not vote at all.
We need substance. Medgar Evers did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. Dr. King did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. The purpose behind Fannie Lou Hamer's Voting Rights Act, the purpose behind the Fannie Lou Hamer vote.
Like I said, this is honestly, in my opinion, this is when Umar is in rare form. This is where he's at his best and he's at his brightest.
Voting Rights Act was for black people to be in a position to use their vote so they could receive tangibles. Voting is not supposed to be a symbol. Voting is supposed to be a transaction, a power transaction. You want my vote? We want your resources. You want my vote? We want the resources. Voting is not supposed to be a ritual. It is not supposed to be a symbol. It is supposed to be a transaction.
Cook. Like I said, I mean, it's not even really too much for me to add. Like I said, I'm really in 100% agreement with everything he's saying so far. Like I said, your vote, you're supposed to get something tangible. Like I said, you shouldn't just be voting for a person solely based off man, woman, black, white, whatever it is. Your vote, you should be getting something for your vote, and not just a symbolic gesture.
You want my vote? We want some tangibles. If we can't get no tangibles, you can't get no vote. Steve Harvey said, they can't give us no reparations. What'd he say? We're not going to get no reparations if we don't vote. You've been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. Been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey.
And literally nothing to show for it. We're going to end it there, but let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with Dr. Umar? Do you think your vote should be attached to some type of tangible benefit and not just a symbolic gesture? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.